Hello, my name is CC. Today we'll talk about the best AFK money making methods in old school Runescape. Before the video starts, consider subscribing to my channel for future content. Thank you guys, that means a lot. Top 7. Spinning flags to bowstrings. For this method you don't need any quests, just 10 crafting, simple as that. For items you will need to have at least 20 to 50k GP to start and be efficient. To buy flags from the GE and head to the Lumbridge. You can make money spinning flags to bowstring at Lumbridge Castle. Use the spinning wheel of the second floor of the Lumbridge Castle to spin the flags to bowstrings and bank to the third floor. You can spin around 1400 flags in 1 hour depending on your speed. From this method you can expect to get around 200 KGP per hour, so for new players this is really good money maker since it's very AFK. Top 6. Cooking raw Karam 1. For this method you need Taibo 1-Eye Trio quest, and it is highly recommended to have 93 cooking and cooking gauntlets as well. Since 93 cooking you won't burn any Karam 1s anymore in Hasidia's house, of course with the cooking gauntlets. Buy as many Karam 1s you can afford and head to Hasidia's house to cook them all. Karam 1 is a food commonly used by player killers to combo eat. To cook a Karam 1, the completion of the Taibo 1-Eye Trio quest and 30 cooking is required. Although the cooking requirement is low, it is strongly suggested to only cook these at higher levels as the burn rate is significantly reduced at above 90 cooking. Assuming current market prices at the price difference between a raw and cooked Karam 1, 533 and 676 coins respectively, and based on how fast and focused you are, cooking Karam 1s the normal way could yield an hourly profit upwards of 185,900 GP. The 3-thick method of cooking Karam 1s is slightly faster than any other fish, upping the profit by about 33% to 247,247 GP an hour at the cost of increased effort. All profits are assuming none burned and will likely be lower to some burn. All in all, the norm is typically 1200 cooked Karam 1 in 1 hour and 1300 thick perfect. Top 5. Stringing magic longbows. For this method you don't need any quests, but you will need 85 fletching. Since fletching skill is really fast, you can get it really quickly. For items I recommend to have at least 2 million GP to buy magic longbows unstrung and bowstrings. At 85 fletching you can make money off of stringing magic longbows. Unstrung magic longbows can be purchased off the Grand Exchange for 987 coins, so let's say 1k, and bowstrings at 171 GP. Depending on speed and consistency, up to 2400 bows can be strung in 1 hour. Additionally, you can choose whether to sell them back in Grand Exchange or cast high level alchemy on them, giving 1536 coins each, resulting in 324k coins. If you also choose to buy the nature runes priced at 243 GP each. Nonetheless, it could also provide you 156k magic experience per hour, assuming 1700 high level alchemy is casted. So 320k per hour is really good since it's pretty AFK training. Top 4. Grinding unicorn horns. For this method you don't need any quests or skills. For items I recommend to have at least 2 million GP plus, but of course you can start this method with the lower amount. Unicorn horn dust is used to create anti-poisons and super anti-poisons. Because these are often used to train herblore and grinding unicorn horns gives no experience, many players avoid the tedium of making unicorn horn dust and buy it directly from the Grand Exchange. This opens up an opportunity to grind horns for profit. Like all methods involving large amounts of buying and selling, which require a relatively high capital to start, it is recommended to test the market by grinding one unicorn horn first to make sure it is profitable. But I just tested it out and it is profitable, guys. To grind the horns, use them together with a pestle and mortal. It will slowly grind the unicorn horns one by one, so the speed can be significantly increased by grinding each horn manually. Doing this may be easier by placing the pestle and mortal next to the last horn in your inventory, reducing the distance you need to move your mouse. With this, a maximum of approximately 5000 unicorn horns may be ground down per hour. You can expect to get around 300 to 400 KGP per hour, decent money for AFK method as this. Top 3. Crafting blood runes. For this method you will need 77 rune crafting, which is pretty high, but once you get that level you can AFK blood runes like crazy man. 100% Hercules favor, and for quests you need none. Items you will need is a chisel, best pickaxe, weight reducing outfit, full graceful is really recommended at this place. At average speeds, one can do about 8 trips to the blood altar per hour, producing 204 blood runes on each. Players should mine an inventory full of dense essence blocks at the dense runestone mine, run to the dark altar to turn them into dark essence blocks, and chip them with a chisel into dark essence fragments. Then players should run back to the dense runestone mines and mine another inventory full of dense essence blocks. Turn them into dark essence blocks and run to the blood altar southwest of the dark altar. Once there, craft the fragments in the inventory into runes, chisel the remaining blocks and runecraft them as well. Run back to the dense runestone mine with 73 agility, there is a shortcut available, and repeat. Of course, you can run all the way back without any requirements for the agility, but 73 agility is really recommended. Completing the Elite Coherent and Kebos Diary grants the player 10% additional runes when crafting blood runes, adding to the profit made from this method. No additional experience is gained, however. You can expect to get around 600 KGP per hour, which is really amazing and really AFK. Top 2. Crushing bird nests. For this method you don't need any skills or any quests. For items I recommend to have at least 20 million plus, but of course you can start this method with a lower amount. Crushed nests are used to create Saradomin brews because these are often used to train Herblore, and for combat. And crushing bird nests gives no experience. Many players avoid the MDM of making crushed nests and buy them directly from the Grand Exchange. This opens as well up an opportunity to crush bird nests for profit. Like all methods involving large amounts of buying and selling, which require a relatively high capital to start, it is recommended to test the market by crushing one nest first to make sure it is profitable. But as well, I made a test of this and it is profitable of today. To crush a bird nest, use a pestle and mortar on it. It will slowly grind the nest one by one, so the speed can be significantly increased by crushing each nest manually. Doing this may be easier by placing the pestle and mortar next to the last nest in your inventory, reducing the distance you need to move your mouse. With this, a maximum of approximately 5,000 nests may be crushed per hour. You can expect to get around 500 to 700 KGP per hour. Really good money for very AFK method as well. Okay guys, my top one is making ultra compos. For this method you don't need any quests or any skills as well. For items I recommend to have at least 2 million GP, but you can do it with less. You're just gonna need to buy more frequently super compost and volcanic ash. Ultra compost is the high level of compost and it is an essential component of high level farming. Due to its high demand, ultra compost often sells for more than Grand Exchange list price, so for profit calculations may vary widely. This method involves creating ultra compost by using volcanic ash on a super compost. Each ultra compost takes 2 volcanic ash and 1 super compost to create. Creating ultra compost uses the standard crafting dialog, so it is possible to process a whole inventory 27 super compost plus stack of volcanic ash without having to manually click each time. A full inventory takes about 40 seconds, meaning it is possible to process about 90 inventories per hour. Therefore, the total cost is 811,000 for 2,400 super compost and 364,000 for 4,800 volcanic ash, which creates 2,400 ultra compost worth of 1,845k and 600 GP. Super compost can be purchased from the Grand Exchange for 338 each, or created from composting anything from the list of suitable items in the compost bin as part of the farming skill. Volcanic ash can be purchased from the Grand Exchange for 76 GP each, or can be mined on Fossil Island, but I highly recommend guys just buy it from Grand Exchange. This method will give you around 700 GP per hour and it is very AFK to do. I hope this guide helped you guys, and if it did, consider subscribing for future uploads. Thank you, and as always, have a nice day guys.